Probably you've heard about Thaumcraft, a mod for a Minecraft, and it was a mod pretty famous back then. I don't know if it still is. The only thing that I know about modern Minecraft modding are horror mods or like large mod packs, and it is great because back then Minecraft used a terrible ID system that usually crashed your Minecraft.jar if you put more than 2 mods. But I'm doing myself a redemption because when I was a kid I installed mods, usually I play them like a week and then change it again. I never truly tried to grasp what the mod had to offer because usually it involved reading. And strangely, I'm not scared to words anymore, so I want to try Thaumcraft again. That mod, when I have insomnia at night, I think between that and if Ness is sans. So I'll try the first Thaumcraft that originally was released back for Minecraft release 1.0, but its last update before being Thaumcraft 2 was his 1.2.6 version for Minecraft 1.1. Don't worry, I won't say point again in this video, but you can check that. For me, this mod is between early to mid-game for Minecraft. You need to gather ender pearls, and so at least you have to wait until night to progress with this mod. So I decided to collect all the things that you need in a normal playthrough. You know, wood, crafting table, iron, but even at the start you have new mobs. Ooh, these things called crystal wisps. They drop what they're called beast crystals. And beast meaning in Latin power or force. You know, magic. In short, this mod makes that everything has magic or an essence, and you can extract this to make use of magical items or to make matter, but more on that later. So, like I was saying, a lot of iron, coal, and the most important of all, wait for the night to get ender pearls, even if endermans are not the most reliable thing in this version of Minecraft. By the way, besides ender pearls, gold is another important material for this mod. You know, very magical for the importance of gold in alchemy. In my travels to find a house to make, I found these strange pillars. They are called ancient obelisks. Even though the mod author says they are quite rare, while not as common as trees, you'll find them quite enough. But nonetheless, I recommend you to mark the coordinates in your map. But again, not if they're like 1000 blocks apart, you'll find closer obelisks. Beside the monolith, I had an encounter with a crystal wisp. They have multiple types. Before it was a vomit-inducing one, now it's a fire-inducing, that is miles better. And when they aren't trapped in trees, they are quite hard to fight with a sword since they can fly. And I made a friend that it won't matter for this video. Also, I love the rendering issues that Minecraft had. I don't know if they keep happening on modern Minecraft, but back then it was an everyday thing. But thank you Glitch Chunks for, you know, I now know I have a mineshaft close. Thanks to that, I decided to build a house nearby. I fought another vomit-inducing wisp that this time dropped an electrified beast crystal. What is it for? We'll worry about that later, because at least having 2 ender pearls is the key. Ugh. I ended up finding the mineshaft because I know how to play this game. You don't see it? Here it is. I decided to explore the mineshaft when a weird tree span out of nowhere, and I know they usually do, but this one looks off. So you know what to do with trees. Well, right, there we have an eldritch tree. Amazing. When they're hit, they start spawning silverfish. I mean fruits, eat fruits. In the mineshaft, I found what I was looking for, spider spawners, because I like doing mob farms. I'm sorry. I finished my first floor house. I know it's ugly, not needed to remind me that. A little wheat farm, and finished my mob farm, and nothing bad happened to me. Amazing farm. The last thing that I did while waiting for ender pearls was mining obsidian for the nether portal and some other things this mod brings. After all that, I decided to make a new floor for my enchanting table and also Thaumcraft because you know, magic, enchanting, you know, and you also need levels to get enchantments, so the mob farm. Anyways, the wheat farm was too slow, so cows it is, and I hate when the drops give in the middle. So yeah, it is time to start Thaumcraft. Do you like my new floor? Oh yeah, Thaumcraft. You start with a crucible, and I ain't saying it, the author says so. This crucible is for the vis extraction of objects, and everything has vis. Dirt, planks, gunpowder, everything. Except armor, that is just too dirty to be extracted, and tools probably. With the vis, you power all of the new machines Thaumcraft brings. One of them being a little broken, but even if every object has V's, they each have a different amount, and in this machine, the duplicator, they take different times to be made. So for example, duplicating a diamond takes a long time of V's. How much do you say? Everything. You need to think what items you'll choose for the V's extraction. Items that are fast to gather and probably infinite. I don't know what it could be. A Viz condenser is a machine that uses the ancient obelisk. I hope that you marked yours. It's a machine that produces Viz crystals. You can put it next to more of them. I only put one of them in my playthrough because there are other ways to obtain Viz crystals, like duplicating them. But there's another way that is more interesting, so for me it wasn't worth this machine. However, I like the visual this mod has, and a farm of 1000 obelisks and 1000 of this condenser will be fun to see. And it actually takes so long to generate a crystal. I went to farm and to hunt more trees and nothing. Oh wait. But still it takes like one Minecraft day. Gold! I said it was important and it is. So get a lot of it. Or just one and duplicate. Yeah, duplicate it. Kill all the spider population. With gold, you can craft symbols and runes. Symbols that can have various effects and runes that modify the effect to some extent. Both of them start as blank symbols and runes respectively, and you can use the Viz infuser to imbue the powers of items. It keeps making sense because different items mean different essences and everything is Viz, magic stuff, you know? And to further example this, if you imbue a blank symbol with an iron ingot, you get an iron symbol that can fix all your problems. Well, only one. It attracts any item / block drop in the ground. Pretty cool, huh? And of course, if you happen to have, I don't know, an infinite spider supply and wanted to move their delicious loot, you can do that too. I know you didn't ask this, but what is the best way to defeat the crystal wisps? They fly, and strangely when you hit them with the arrows, they don't aggro. So if you have to farm the elemental Viz crystal, this is the best way. By this point in the playthrough, I was trying to find the nature elemental thingy, and I honestly thought that you could find them in forests. It seemed plausible, right? Nature, trees, so I wasted a lot of time trying to even find a wisp, and it was a long time wasted. Don't you worry, you'll be spared for my suffering. So actually, reading the comments in the mod page, I found someone saying that the nature wisp could actually be found in the swamp, and I forgot that biome even existed. And in this moment, after probably 12-13 hours of playing, something connected in my mind, and the trail of the wisp are colored by the element they are. And so I found one in the swamp, and nothing. And I tried everything to find another one, but I don't know how they work or how they spawn. I tried loading more swamp chunks or throwing up, but nothing. They are really hard to find, and once I had another chance, nothing. So I just decided to wait in a dirt hut and wait until they came, because their sound is really unique and loud. And of course it worked. Honestly, this one was hard, all the other modes were annoying, but finally, and of course it worked. What are these odds? It isn't working, I need looting eggs or what? Don't you worry, once you have them, you can duplicate them, just don't make the mistake of using the last crystal you have. After all that fiasco, I upgraded the house, and I'm not much of a builder, but even if it's ugly, I like this house. While building, I duplicated the nature crystals and used it to make a verdant symbol. And with a verdant symbol, you can accelerate the growth of your plants. Of course, it isn't as easy as just putting the symbol close to your farm. You need a constant Viz for it to start growing stuff. So to manage your Viz, you need Viz counters for it to travel from point A to point B, with point B being a Viz node. And so the symbol doesn't need to be connected directly to your crucible, you just need a Viz node in a radius close to it that works as a big enough container of Viz. Then it grabs the Viz and does the magic, no pun intended. Now, while I find the symbol pretty fast at its work, you can modify it with a rune, and if you don't have enough item to extract Viz for the rune, you can always make a KFC farm. In this case, a gold rune will make your symbol faster. And I think it shows. Now, of course, if you make your wheat farm faster, you could use his drops to power your crucible, making a beast farm and not bother with spiders evermore. That sounds good, but doing it manual is not the most optimal play, so you need to think as a billionaire and create an unpaid dirt symbol with a diamond rune, and it will harvest scraps automatically for you. But then again, I still have to be there to collect the labors of my work, and hoppers don't really exist in this version of Minecraft. So sugarcane it is. Because the harvester doesn't harvest all the sugarcane, I think this is going pretty neat. And with the power of the iron symbol, remember that one? It attracts the items and it's all coming together. The only problem is that it's just slow. Really slow. Third plan, building a watermelon farm. And it works, and it's fast, and when the watermelon grows and is harvested, it's farmland again, thanks to the dirt symbol. And now let's check again, iron symbol attracts the melons, put it in a crucible, and there we have it, a fully automatic farm, that I don't need to worry about. And once that is done, you can put a duplicator to make use of that beast farm. So actually this small melon farm works as like an everything farm. Broken? It's a mod. With the tinkering tools that are not that hard to craft, you can make a block that is solidified beast, and it's a nice decoration in an enchantment room. And this mod also includes a new ingot called Thaumium. It is made with iron, a Morpheus crystal, and is actually pretty fair, being a little more durable than a normal iron tool, but not being as fast as a diamond tool, and having more chance to have better enchantments, something that is necessary in this version of Minecraft. Naturally, I made all my tools Thaumium except a Thaumium hoe because I haven't paid their symbols to do that, and they feel even better than gold. It's like a trophy showing how good my dear factory of melon is going. Similar in use as the tinkering tools, the infusion mold, that has an even easier craft, let us access to new crazy elements like coal into aluminum, that can be charged with more vis and works as a really long coal. I didn't measure how long, but probably lasts like a stack of 64 hours. The nether is the last place. The nether. The nether is the last place needed for the last pieces for Thaumcraft, and what you need to grab. Shit. The nether. The nether is the last place needed for the last pieces for Thaumcraft, and what you need to grab from there is glowstone, soul sand, and a gas tier. Luckily for me, the chances finally were on my side. With glowstone, same as coal, you access to niter. Niter can be charged, and this element is like the coal for Thaumcraft, being cheaper to make than to burn, making a farm of glowstone. Sadly, I couldn't really think a way of making a new factory out of that. One, because my melon farm is amazing, and two, because where's my hopper? But don't you worry, niter has another use. Combine it with aluminum, you make an unstable arcane singularity, and it sounds like finally making a nuclear reactor, and this object does this. Isn't it cool? Oh, and with this you can get more base crystal instead of the painfully boring condenser. Oh, but if it is unstable, how do you stabilize it? I'm glad you asked. Just put the magic mold one more time and boom, stabilize. If you want to cause chaos, I recommend you to stabilize it. Back with the symbols, there is a symbol called a seeing symbol that is crafted with spider eyes, but where could you find those? It makes a redstone signal whenever something is close to it, so you could, for example, put it next to a door and it opens. Magic. Though I'm not the best with redstone, so a backdoor it is, and it is the perfect thing. So, if you put a gold rune, you can make it so only you can activate the symbol. Now it is a perfect magical door. With the seeing symbol, we can also upgrade our crucible, and it makes a redstone signal. Why would you want that? Because we don't want to lose production. So when it's almost full, it sends a signal and deactivates the attraction. Then when it burns enough of it, it activates the attraction again. Pretty simple. If you want to further improve production, you can upgrade your crucible one more time, and now it physically can go beyond its capacity, making it so you don't lose any production. But it is expensive to make. Another Another thing you can make, fabric, with string and wool, and you know how to get that. And you can enchant it. 4 of it, then a stabilize singularity, and we make a portable hole, so you never have to use doors again, and it doesn't destroy the blocks. If electricity crystals are on plains, fire in deserts, nature on swamps, then ice are in snow biomes. But it didn't take me as long, thanks to my looting theory sword. Actually, you can craft a Viz detector that shows you a lot of statistics about the Viz world, and whenever you're close to Viz chunks, I didn't know what to make use of this information. You can craft a Viz valve to manipulate if you want a machines to be injected Viz or not. It's useful when you want to pull all your Viz production into one machine, and I think it makes it go faster. With the Eldritch Locks that 3 drops, you can make them timber with arcane tools, and then infuse them with the portable hole to make an apportation one. What does it do? That. Ancient obelisks throughout the world can also be found in 4 columns next to an altar. Now, what you could do with the apportation one is complete the monument, saving 1 block and bringing it to the altar, and you complete the monument. That for me is fairly endgame of Thaumcraft, don't you worry yet. Beyond the Thaumian tools, well, beyond 2 tools actually, are like the upgrades to them, that can actually be better than diamond if you think about it. First is the Woodsman Axe, that just see this. I love all the effects Thaumcraft has. Look at that. Oh my block! With all that extra wood, I had to build a storage for all of my junk. Oops, let me get it. Did you know that it doesn't matter how much wood evaporates, it only uses 1 durability from your tool? Don't you worry, I built the storage anyways. I tried a different approach to building this time. I like these stairs going up and connecting, and the way I sorted my chests. Like, I had so much diamond thanks to the duplication machine that I used 2 blocks of them for the chest. Actually, I don't know, but tell me in the comments what do you think each chest has. I want to think it's a little straightforward. The apportation one also, maybe you're thinking about it, can bring spawners too. And don't you worry, even if it says it's a big spawner, it isn't. So yeah, 3 spawners next to each other for an excellent farm. And forget about water. More symbols. This time a gold and lapis symbol. Lapis pushing mobs of side strains, so you can guess what you could do. Lapis pushes the spiders, and then the gold symbol can pull them, making a full farm. And don't you think I forgot about it? The other tool you can upgrade is your sword, called the Sword of the 4 Winds, that can make you dash through the air, and also pull enemies and make sick combos and just fly with it, and has good crowd control, so killing spiders is even easier. This sword has it all, and it's amazing to use. Another symbol you can craft is the Void symbol, with a stabilized singularity. And let me say that I built it a nice place. And an ugly looking nether portal you can travel from one place to another. I use it to travel from my house to the spider farm. Now the next items don't really have much of a use besides one little fella, those being the Steel Emptiness, the Steel Hate, the Steel Souls, and the Steel Hunger. With 7 timber, the heart, that sometimes the 3 drops, and the Steel Souls, you can make you a little chest friend. Then don't you worry, if it moves slow it can teleport to you, and if you get tired of its sounds, you can simply... Now, the other distill things modify the behavior the chest has. For example, Hunger will automatically pick your items from the floor, Emptiness has more room in its inventory, and Hate will help you attack your enemies. And if you ever get annoyed by their sound, you can press this button for them to stay still. And don't you forget to give them food if they get hurt. Welcome to the end game. In here are things that are difficult or tedious to make. For example, the inert talisman core. With these you can go to the altar that you need to rebuild, and at first I thought it wasn't working, so I tried to bring another pillar and it didn't work either. So the thing was that they take an exceptional long time to be made. Long time. And if you want to get everything that the talisman can give you, you have to make yourself 3 talismans. Wait a lot and you charge all 3. With 1 charged talisman and imbued with Distill Hunger, you can make yourself a Vigor talisman. That if you forgot you made 3 seconds later can actually make you go insane. The thing that it does is replenishing your food bar. It isn't that bad and it makes you go from a cow diet to crystal diets, because the talisman recharges with these crystals. 1 void symbol and another talisman makes a talisman of the void. It makes you teleport to your void symbol, so you think, you know where this is going. Imagine you're flying with your sword and the sword breaks and you say no, and now my things are getting destroyed. Hardwood and a talisman makes a talisman of health. It makes gross sounds and recovers your health, nothing more. You also have more wands that you can craft with timber and electric or fire crystal, and both of them actually don't do much. I prefer the sword. You also can have symbols of each element, electric, ice and fire, and they don't do much either. I mean, they use a lot of beads to be used and their damage isn't that good. And ice is just a slowdown. Last is the arcane bore and the arcane focus that use stabilized singularities as fuel, and it makes a magical drill. So let's say you were in the diamond layer and you used it, here are your results. Not ending in a low note, one thing that I will crafted almost in the beginning and I didn't know are the boots. Fabric, gold and nitro, and you can make boots of striding that makes you move a lot faster. They can also be upgraded and the recipe is a little expensive with 2 of them, electric crystals and thaumium, and now you can jump even higher. And the third one with 2 of them, fire crystal and 2 blocks of iron, and you can explode your grounds. They are honestly super fun to use. The last thing that I have here is like a 4-dimensional block or something like that, a Thaumic generator, and we're ready. Let me see. Oh, Buildcraft, Red Power, and Industrial Craft 2. Yeah, I give this mod like 8 out of 10. To end this video, my thoughts on the mod is that it's very good. If you like playing early versions of Minecraft, you'll find some fun installing this one. Probably better with Buildcraft or the other mods, but making the tools and the talisman are really good for your normal Minecraft world, and you can really see how much the modding scene has changed since. This mod has a lot of stuff, and if you've seen other versions of Thaumcraft, they are on another level. Again, give it a try if you're feeling nostalgic or you want to experience how was the old Minecraft modding. I don't know if I'll make another mod review. I like to try different themes in this channel. That's why I'm not marrying one theme yet. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you next time.